Hey everyone, it's Angie here from Angie's Antics. We've had our Christmas dinner, and my girls every year, Thanksgiving and Christmas, I take the turkey and I make a nice turkey soup. One of my daughters called me up and asked me how to make it, so I told her I'd make a video of it. Christmas Day, when I'm done with the turkey, I take the carcass and any leftover meat. And, well, some of the meat I keep for sandwiches and stuff, but the remaining, I take it all, I put it back in my roaster pan, and I fill it with water right to the brim, and I bring it to a boil, and then I let it simmer all night, overnight, and mostly part of the next day. So now I'm just going to separate the meat and bones from the liquid. And then I'm going to throw the bones out, and I'm going to put the meat back into the liquid. And then I'll be back to show you the rest. Okay, so the meat has been strained from the juice. I've separated the bones. I'm just going to put the meat back into the roaster. There is a little bit of leftover stuffing as well. And I'm going to take my leftover peas and corn. I'm going to throw that in here. Probably have to add more. I'm going to take my leftover carrots. Throw that in there. It'll all come together. Now, I'm not going to put all of this rutabaga, but I am going to put half. I probably could put all of it, but you know what? I am. I'm going to put all of it. I'm going to add just a little bit more turkey as well. Just add a few more bits of turkey. Actually, I won't use that piece. Adjust this camera. There. Our counters are cramped right now. We got two of us cooking in here. Priyanka is making, what are you making? She's making aloo parathas on the other side of the counter. Okay, so it's plugged in. I'm going to turn this on. I'm going to now start heating this up. I'm going to chop up some potatoes. I'm going to put them in there. And then I'm going to start adding my spices. Oh, I've still got onion and celery to put in. So I'll be back. I'm just adding celery and onion to this. I don't know about that one. You guys can put as much or as little of this as you want in here. I don't measure anything when it comes to this. Okay, now I'm just gonna peel up some potatoes, a couple of them, just to regular potatoes. Slice them up, throw them in. Get these chopped up. Potatoes are done. We'll see, give this a little bit of a stir. All quiet on the home front now. We had the fan on. So now I'm just going to add my spices. I forgot to add a can of diced, I don't know if we can see this, let's see. Can of diced tomatoes. Why is this not coming out too clear? There we go. And I'm going to throw that in the mix. Most people wouldn't add canned tomatoes to their soups, but I do. Why did I just do that? And I also add sugar to my soup. Okay, everyone. So, I'm going to start adding the spices and all my goodies to the soup to give it its flavor. I do things a little bit differently with my soup. I'm going to throw in 3 oxo cubes. That's all I have. Normally I would use 4. So actually I do have some powdered chicken noodle soup broth powder, whatever you call it, from the bulk barn. So I'm probably going to throw some of that in here. But I am going to throw in the 3 oxo cubes that I have. Okay, I'm just going to sprinkle in some salt, sprinkle in some pepper. Just do it to your liking. That was probably a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper and probably a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Let's throw in some rosemary. Probably maybe a tablespoon of rosemary. Yeah. And let's throw in some poultry seasoning. That onto the lid. Oh, there it is. And let's throw in some sage. Again, guys, I don't really measure. I just sprinkle in. I'm going to sprinkle in some thyme. I'm even going to throw in a bit of basil. I'm going to throw in some onion powder. I'm going to throw in some Italian seasoning. I'm going to throw in some garlic powder. I like to use a little more garlic powder than the rest of the stuff. I'm also going to throw in some sugar. Now, this last ingredient isn't for turkey soup, but I find, well, it's not the last ingredient actually, second last. Normally I wouldn't throw this in, but it makes for a really good soup and my kids love it. So one year I didn't have the right ingredient and this was all I had, so I used it and it turned out amazing. So, I don't know if you can see this. So it's just gluten-free brown, it's gravy mix. And I throw that in. It's a little bit of a cheat, but it makes for an amazing tasting soup. And I lied again, it's not actually the second last ingredient. There are 2 more ingredients that go in here. One, I put noodles in here. I either use eggshell noodles or I use macaroni noodles. But I put them in towards the end. So that's that. My next ingredient, I have to be really careful putting these in, is 2 green chili peppers. Never put these in either until we had company and they like spicy foods last Thanksgiving. And so we put these in and I loved it. It turned out amazing. So we're doing it again. Seeds and all. We put the seeds in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just going to slice these up real thin. Like very tiny. Last time I did this, I put 3 in, and it was nice. It was really nice, but I'm gonna do 2 this time. Maybe 2.5, or 2 and a small one. We'll see how it goes. So let's put these chili peppers in. May not look like a lot. Sorry, may not look like a lot, but it is a lot. And so the noodles will go in later on. But this is pretty much how I make my turkey soup these days. So for my daughters out there who keeps phoning me and texting me and asking me how to do this, here's a video. Didn't mean for that to happen. Here's a video. Lid's going on. I'll let that cook for a while. I'll be back to add the noodles. I forgot, guys. I also add lentils. So I'm going to throw in a bunch of lentils. Can't believe I forgot those. Just a couple handfuls. And it tastes pretty good already, but I'm going to add just a little bit more flavoring. I'm going to throw in just a little bit more this is chicken noodle soup powder. I'm just going to add that. We'll taste it over here. I'm going to add just a tad bit more sugar. That's all I do, guys. I just taste it as I go. Oh, that's good. Don't want one with the chili pepper in it. That might be really good right there. We'll let all those flavors soak in. We'll be back. Okay, I'm gonna add a few more things to this soup. It tastes really good, but every year I kind of just do it, whatever, till it tastes good. So I'm gonna add a few more things here. I'm gonna add a couple bay leaves. The big soup, so 2, 3, just add 4 bay leaves. They're just half bay leaves. I'm going to sprinkle in some marjoram. I'm going to sprinkle in some coriander. Maybe open this up and get a little more out here. I'm going to do a little bit of ground fennel. Just a little bit. Ground fennel. and a little bit of cardamom. I'm still going to add noodles. I'm debating, I might add some rice. I've got lentils in here. I might add a little bit of rice. But it looks so good and it smells so good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's good. So you just add things, guys, as you go. Oops. I got it so full that it take off the lid and it. I'm going to add a little bit of rice. Add some long grain brown rice because this is going to cook for a little while. So, well, you know what? Maybe not. Hold on. No, I'm just going to add your normal minute rice. And I'm just going to do about a half a cup. That won't take long, the minute rice. And then when it's ready to eat in a couple hours, because I let this simmer like for probably 4 or 5 hours before I will serve this. And most of the time, if I have a lot of people here, this will stay here on simmer for the company, and they can just help themselves with some, usually buns, bread, whatever they like, you know, bread and butter, buns with butter, and they'll usually just come and help themselves until this is gone. But the past couple years, there's not as many people here, so I will just let this cool. I'll turn it off, I'll let it cool down, and then I'll put them in containers and I'll freeze them. And then the kids love to have them when they come for a visit, or if I'm outside shoveling the driveway, you know. It's nice to come in from the cold. I like to have a nice hot bowl of soup and then curl up on the couch after a nice hot bath with some hot chocolate, and that would be a day for me. So I'm gonna put this back on. I'm gonna let it simmer some more, and I'll be back for the noodles. Okay, I'm gonna throw in a couple handfuls of macaroni noodles. These are just the bulk burn noodles, guys. There we go. Just a couple little handfuls. And that's it. My soup. Let's see how ready these. Yeah. As soon as those noodles are done, it's ready to eat. Oh, look at. I'm gonna get you a close up here. I don't know if you can see that. Hold on. Let me bring you in a little closer. Look at this goodness in this soup. It's just wonderful soup. See all the goodies?